How's it going, people? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another one-on-one. This is 2 in a week. It's 2 in a week. And to be honest, I wanted to title this one Happy New Year because it's going to be my last live for the year. Or I expect it to be anyway, unless Curtis shouts me at the buzzer and says, let's get an OGs in to wrap up 2024. But that looks unlikely considering there's only a few days left. And this is kind of downtime before New Year and New Year's Day, where Arsenal are back in action. So I want to say Happy New Year, first and foremost, to everyone watching now and everyone that's going to be watching after. Love for the love as always. Like I said, I'm close to 100K, less than 500. And whether it happens at 2024 or happens in 2025, it's mad either way. Never expected, but much appreciated. And yeah, continue letting me know what you want to see in the comment section. Like I said, I should have a show lined up ready to go for the 100K mark, or at least a week or two after. And along with that, I want to bring back the UFC, boxing, the Fight Club stuff as well, considering a few people have asked me about that, including Ben. Big up Ben. I met him yesterday after the game, all the way from Canada. I think it was him and his missus, I want to say. Pardon me if I'm wrong, Ben, if you're watching now. But yeah, lovely meeting the people that make me want to do content on the internet. The community, you guys and you girls are big up. I can see a lot of the regulars back in the building. I haven't seen any mods in the building yet. Have I got any mods in the building? Oh, is my thing just acting up? Ah, Taylor, come on. Speaking of support, Taylor, mad from day one, literally from day one. The original mod, him and a couple others, original mods on this channel. So yeah, it's been a mad year, people. Like I said, I wanted to start on a positive note because the last 24 hours or so, yeah, there's a lot of frustration coming out of this person right here, to say the least. Whether it's on AFTV starting 11 alongside Julian, or whether it's on the Big Six or Forever Arsenal. Ultimately, this channel was built off of football and Arsenal content in particular. And, you know, off the back of saying Happy New Year, if we're talking Arsenal, it doesn't feel like a good entry point into 2025. I think we all know why. And we're going to talk about why. Obviously, the Saka stuff I mentioned the other day, but it's been signed, sealed, delivered that his op has apparently been a success, quote success. But Arteta's still been very coy about the length of time he could possibly be at. He said more than 2 months. He said first, he said many weeks again, but more than 2 months. Listen, it's not looking good, people. But we move. If you're watching this, you know, more life, more health, more blessings in 2025, and hopefully, as Arsenal fans, because I know there's probably ops in the building again. As Arsenal fans, hopefully one of those blessings is a Premier League title or a Champions League. We've been waiting long enough. Not to say we're the only team waiting for something, not to say we're entitled to anything, but it would be nice, people. It would be nice. But before we get into it, or you know what would be nice? It'd be nice to let you know this video is sponsored by HelloFresh, people. Come on, show them some love, people. You thought you was going to get through a video without HelloFresh popping up? Nah, this video is sponsored by HelloFresh. And as you know, I'm Turkish, people. As you know, or you should know, people still ask me, why is Turkish called Turkish? Is he Turkish? I am Turkish, not just by name, people. And Turkish food, top 2, but it ain't 2. So I thought, let me check out HelloFresh and see what they got from that side of the world, my side of the world, not necessarily Turkey, but that side, the Mediterranean, let's call it. And I was happily surprised. I'm not going to lie to you. I was happily surprised. I've got a couple examples here because they have a taste of Turkey section. And I thought, let me take a look at this. And I ordered myself a couple of the set meals, the set packages. And one of them was this right here. Hopefully you can see that. Turkish-inspired Chamola chicken shawarma. Actually looks good there. Don't get it twisted. Mine didn't turn out exactly like this, but taste-wise, it turned out how it should. The ingredients are there on the side. You get this. All you need is this. It shows you what it should look like. But like I said, as long as it goes down the same way and tastes the same way, don't worry about how it looks, people. The ingredients there, you flip it round, 6 steps. 1 through to 6, everything in between. Get that out the way. 45 minutes. Bob's your uncle. Get a fork, people. Get a fork. But this ain't even the one I want to focus on, because being Turkish, I'm a pastry bread type of man, and you could probably tell over the years I'm getting older. But HelloFresh helped with that too. Listen, that last shawarma was 2 of your 5 a day. This one here is the one I want to show you. Mini cheesy spinach gözleme inspired pockets. Now, gözleme is a food from Turkey, street food you can call it, but it's pastry. They've used flatbreads here, but it still works the same way. And cheese and spinach, if you don't know, get to know. A lot of people think Turkish food is just a doner kebab at the restaurant after a night out. Nah, there's a lot more to it, people. There's a lot more to it. London knows. London knows. HelloFresh knows. We've got a couple taste of Turkey inspirations right here. So get to know if you don't know people. Show them some love. There's a QR code on the screen. There's a link in the description. Either or, scan the QR code. Why not? Click the link if you're on your phone. It's convenient. Customized boxes delivered straight to your door. Peace of mind. No need to think or plan. You just do. Quality, fresh ingredients. No food waste, people. Use the code Turkish London 60 for 60% off your first box and 20% off the next 2 months. Plus, there's free desserts for life if you didn't know already. That code again, Turkish 60, but the QR code's on the screen. And if you use the link, it'll automatically be applied. 60 off your first box, 20 off your next 2 months. Free desserts for life. Love for the love. And we keep it moving, people. Taylor, as we keep it moving, I've just seen, I'm not going to lie, when I said top 2, I had to say top 2 because you see Caribbean food? You see Caribbean food? I can't lie. It's evens for me at the top. It's evens. I'm not even gonna lie. I lied just there. I said Turkey is top 2 and it ain't 2. It's joint first. Joint first. Turkish and Caribbean food, joint first for me. If you don't know, get to know. Maybe I'll check out the Caribbean section of HelloFresh next time. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm starting to feel it. Even when I went Arsenal yesterday. Imagine I went Arsenal yesterday to the box, invited back on my very big up them. I've turned in and I'm used to seeing meaty food. Like it's fast food usually. It's not anything to write home about. Now, I'm not saying last night I'm writing home about it, but what I'm saying is last night I turned in, I smelled some flavors in the box. I thought, what? Is this a box or is it Brown Eagle? If you know, you know. But the flavors I was getting, I turned another corner, rice and peas there in a pot. Behind that, curry goat. Next to that, we had some fried veggie satin, sweet corn mixed up with chilies and all of that. And then we had some jerk chicken burgers at Arsenal. I thought, what's going on? Then I saw Robbie walk into the box and I thought, hold on. Have these men rolled out the Caribbean food? Because Robbie was here. Because last time I was here, they didn't roll out the Turkish food. What's going on? But I enjoyed same way. I enjoyed it. It wasn't quite Brown Eagle. It isn't quite the authentic, Caribbean. But it's Arsenal. It's a box and it's unexpected. And I still enjoyed it same way. I feel to end this video, go on HelloFresh now and see if they've got any Caribbean food on their Taste of the Caribbean, maybe. That's next up for me anyway. But yeah, the promo was done then. This ain't the promo. We're just talking about food, people. And I do want to continue the positive vibe as much as possible because we know how it gets when we start really deep in it and talking about it and opening super chats. We know how this goes. We know this somehow ain't going to last too long on this video. We're going to see some frustration. You might see some anger. You might see some sadness. You might see sorrow. You might see comedy. Because ultimately, if you don't laugh, you'll cry. But nothing's funny. Nothing's funny. Saka's out for 4 months, 3 months, whatever it is. It's in between that. Let's not just take the 2 months as gospel. He was very much flirty with it, and by that I mean beating around the bush. By that I mean many weeks turned into 2 months and more. It's 3-4 months, people. It's not good. You don't rush someone back from that. You don't rush someone back from a up on a muscle in general, let alone the hammy. So that ain't looking good. As we talked about last video, the transfer window ain't looking good, internal solutions and all that. And yeah, I'm having arguments with fans who are telling me we don't need a striker. It's more about other things. Now, on the Big Six earlier, a couple Arsenal fans sent in super chats mentioning that mentioning creativity being the problem and whatnot. And I just want to make it clear that I'm not disagreeing there. I just don't like it when let's just use the example as the example. I just don't like it when if I'm saying we need a striker, which is very evident. It's a fact. It's like that's not me tooting my own trumpet. I expect most to know it's a fact we need a striker. So yeah, I see it as a fact. And then you'll have others saying it's not that, it's the creativity. It's both. It's both. Maybe your priority is more the creativity side of it. That's fine. But after years with no striker, and this is Arsenal Football Club, built off great strikers, amongst great centre backs and great midfielders and so on, keepers. But strikers at Arsenal, come on, there's heritage there. And we ain't got one. Or you can say we got one because we've got two halves. We've got two half nines, two 4.5s. So maybe those two 4.5s make the 9. So maybe we got one. But we've got to get rid of one of those 4.5s come into the season because 4.5 ain't doing it. So we're going to end up with a 9 and yeah, it's all long. It's all long. A 9 and a 4.5. I guess 13.5 is better than 9 split between 2. But we're doing algebra right now, people. I didn't expect this. I ain't done maths in a while. Big up Teasy. There is a shortage of good. Bear, is that a Liverpool logo? Bear. Come on, Bear. Come on. I don't like that one either. It's coming from a Liverpool fan, which is fair enough. That's even. I like that, but I don't like it when Arsenal fans. I don't like it when you're saying it. If I'm honest with you, Bear. I just appreciate that you're here on the channel, showing some love. Make sure you're subscribed. Shortage or no shortage, you find what you need to find. Shortage or no shortage, you take the risks. Everything's a risk. Even if there was 10 strikers banging in world football right now, you might buy one of them and they might flop. So just go get the 1 or 2 that are banging. Just get one of them. And it might... People keep on using the whole thing like they're using it against me. They say, what if we buy a striker and it doesn't work out? All right. I've seen that before. So what do you do next? You move them on. You work around it. You know, at the end of the day, if a striker comes in and it doesn't work out, then you've either someone's made a mistake in that recruitment, depending on who it is, or the manager is not utilizing him correctly. Either or he's just a plain dud and can't actually. There's a third. He can't get acclimatized to the league, the physicality, the pace of it, whatever people want to use, that has stopped certain players coming into this league and doing what they've been doing outside of the league. But you take the risk. I agree. There is a shortage of strikers, but they're strikers. And I'd rather us take a risk on a striker than take another risk with no striker. Because the reality is, since Aubameyang, Arteta's done well in certain other areas on the pitch, so much so that it feels like it's all, in terms of the realization of where our attack is at the moment, it feels like a lot of people feel like it's all come to a head now. Like it's all like, that's happened. Trossard's, he's on a bad patch of form. Martinelli, same time. Jesus, he couldn't score for shit. Havertz, whatever. Sterling, I don't think people, this is slowly but surely been coming. Hence why in the summer, I said, bang the 120 down on Isak. If Newcastle say no, cool, cool. Maybe go 125, maybe go 130. Oh, Turkish, stop being negative. It's so negative of you to want one of the best strikers in the league. How negative? Forget how greedy, how negative. Crazy to me. But the point then was, why are you going to spend 100 and something mil on a striker? We spend 100 mil on a DM. From when you do that, you've set your own bar. Yeah, like Man United set their bar high, more fool them over the years, and Chelsea have done so in similar fashion over the years. Once you set the bar like that for your club, it's pretty hard to reverse, considering it's headlines all over the gaff when you're spending that amount of money. So if we spend 100 on a DM, I think if you're after one of the best strikers, they're well within their right to say 120, 130. And I think that's fine. And I think if we're valuing a DM at 100, then one of the best strikers for 120, 150. Now, I don't think anyone's worth this, by the way. I don't think anyone's worth this crazy money, if I'm honest with you. That's why I look back at when Man United signed Pogba 90 mil. That was the beginning of the end for the market. Because before that, for me, it was Bale, Neymar, Cristiano, right? Three match winners, like three exciting players that will take their man on, will bang goals from outside the box, inside the box, will excite you on the pitch, will do things, right? So the 90 mil, I think there was all circa 90 mil, roughly around the same 85, 93, whatever. It made sense for me. And then Pogba comes in 90 mil, and then from there, the market just goes all over the gaff. And Man United are heavily involved, 85 and Maguire, and so on over the years. It just sets like we spent 100 on Declan, teams can say 120, 130. Teams can really say 140, 150. If I'm being honest with you, it just sounds ludicrous that, we're talking these amounts. But the reality is a striker, like I just mentioned, when we're talking about 90 million players in the Cristiano Ronaldo, Neymar, and Bale profile, it very much makes sense. They're exciting. They sell shirts. They bang goals. They are the main man. They love the pressure and so on. It just made sense. And then 90 started going to Tom, Dick, and Harry's all over the gaff. Harry Maguire's, no pun intended. But yeah, and then the market for them, and in general, the market for everyone started getting skewed. Chelsea have played their part in recent years, 100 mil here, 100 mil there. Oh, West Ham won 100 mil for Rice. Surprise, surprise. Well, we did it. So, and I like Declan Rice. I'm happy we did it. But what I'm saying is we can't turn our nose up at 120, 130, 140 when we've set our own bar. Just know what comes off the back of making moves like that, as well as the bar with Havertz and 275. I think that bar's going to hurt us when Saka, Odegaard, Saliba, all these men come for contract renewals. We won't find out yet, but soon come. Soon come. Jesus and Havertz on 520k. Insane. Insane. It felt like it was all good just a week ago. I'm about to start dancing in there because it felt like it was all good just a week ago. In terms of we cleaned our wage bill, we are no longer, on the cusp of just financial instability, whatever it was at the time. But we're back. 500k on 2 4.5s. Crazy. 2 4.5s. So yeah, I've got the super chats are being saved, people. So I'm gonna get into it, but like I said, I'm sure the super chat. I haven't checked the tone of them yet, but I'm sure the super chats are. Is the title true? Is he at indefinite? Bro, indefinitely means it's up in the air. I'm telling you, it's up in the air. I'm telling you, there's no chance he comes back in 2 months. 2 months is still February. There's no chance. No chance. Unless the wording is used in a smart manner, because I didn't watch the interview. I got the quotes in terms of back in training or back doing, I don't know, heavier loads or whatever they do. But he ain't touching the pitch. He ain't touching the pitch in 2 months. I'm gonna be real. March earliest, and I'm gonna tell you, even then, it's it could be worse. He's a good healer usually, but this one here, this one in particular, is it's a unique injury in that there's always a risk there. There's certain injuries you get where the I mean, players have been mentioned before, in terms of Michael Owen's been mentioned, and what happened to him in his career, amongst other players. Hope for the best. Rest up, Saka. You know, deserves all the flowers he gets and more. Top player. Hopefully he can return as strong. He's come back from every setback stronger than ever so far in his career. Every setback being different things, like different positions being questioned compared to others around him. Racially abused at Euros final after a penalty miss. He's come back stronger off every single one. So as long as it heals, I'm hoping that he comes back stronger. But all that said, because there's no point talking about him for the foreseeable future, you know, because I foresee in January throughout. It's unfortunate with Saka. It is unfortunate, but what is not unfortunate is how we left ourselves to deal with such scenario. That's on us. You know, we've been crying for years for a backup and to Saka and Odegaard, and this year we've felt the pain of losing both. Luckily not both at the same time, because imagine what that would do to the attack. I don't imagine the internal solutions if those two was out. I'd love to see the internal solutions then, and whether it be a good exercise. I doubt it. But yeah. I'm gonna get into the super chat slowly. I see names being mentioned. Eli saying, "Imagine you panic by Rashford." Nah, bro. I say nah, bro. That's more me hoping and praying that we don't. More than me saying it's a guaranteed no. I know my club. Yeah, we needed the striker and signed Kim Kallstrom with a broken back, spinal. Who does that? I could just reel off a whole heap of fuckery we've done in the transfer windows, you know. But I'm trying not to, people. But you know what? The people that call me negative, I hope you lot remember as well that in the summer I was quiet. Anytime asked, I trust them to do what they want to do, and we'll find out. We need to win the league this year. Just do it. Don't ask me who, don't ask me what. I feel like we need a striker. It doesn't matter what I feel. That's what I said. King. I love it when people get the reference. I love it. Big up Tyson. Not Fury Mike, but Tyson Fury as well. I mean, not recently. I mean, but yeah, deserves plaudits in his own right. But yeah, Mike is different gravy. This is why it's still Kroenke out. Best in the world. Come on, man. All day, every day. Do you know what else feels like a week ago when people were saying, "Oh, Turkish"? Is it time to apologize to the Kroenkes? Do you remember that? That was like January, February this year. What a year 2024 has been. People were asking me, can I apologize? Is it the right time? Then Josh Kroenke is painted beside the stadium somewhere. What time to be alive? But 2025, the way they're moving, yeah. It ain't gonna be easy for somebody. And I say fear because I know what it is. This ain't me sympathizing. This ain't me making excuses, but I know what it is. I fear Mikel's, done enough now to make himself the target if things unravel even more. By that I mean things like best owners, and I'm sure he said something along the lines of, I don't know what he said. He mentioned the squad being thin. Then we signed Sterling. Then he said it took him one conversation. Then he said best owners. Now he's saying we're thin and we knew that. Like all of these things he's been saying, and I've given him a lot of credit over the years in terms of how he's spoken. Like some of those dire times early on, I'd still turn around and say, you know what? Listen, we ain't playing well. We ain't doing what we should be doing. But he's saying what needs to be said. This is Arsenal. This shouldn't be the case. We should be challenging at the very least every season, winning stuff. He was saying these things early on, and I used to give him, I gave him credit for it, well deserved. But this season, it's taken a massive swing in another direction, and I fear that a 15 million contract does that. It does that. Maybe it's in the contract to be the shield. I'm starting to think that maybe it's in the contract to, because when Wenger came out and said the ticket prices are the ticket prices because of the football on show, like we all know Wenger's a smart man, right? A very smart man. So for him to say that, he knew he was taking the piss. He knew those words were disingenuous, but it still came out of his mouth. So I just feel like, listen, you can't tell me best owners and then tell me we knew we was thin in your 5th year. You just can't tell me that. Someone's got to take some, and no one talk about Edu. He's gone, whether he had a part to play or he didn't have a part to play. We've still got a manager, not head coach, and an ownership that's 21 years deep into owning some part of this club and 21 years deep into not winning a major trophy. And by that, Premier League and Champions League. So forget Edu. Yeah, just forget Edu. Yes, there is, Jack. Yes, there is. Big up Bo as well. Come on, man. Oh, swear down, Bo. It's because I did my match reaction after the match from the box and then moved on. So I didn't walk around to AFTV till about an hour after. I'm vexed about that, man. Because you've been a long time supporter as well. Well, when do you travel back? Hopefully, safe travels if you're already going. Because again, it's New Year's. You're probably gone real soon. But yeah, let me see what the super chats are saying. Don't forget, show HelloFresh some love, people. Devanus says, the Big Six, my favorite show. Liverpool fan here. Big up. Come on. Love for the love, man. Love for the love. If you haven't watched the Big Six from today, go watch it. Why is StreamYard messing about with my what's this bubble thing like? I blocked off. Do I look like a bubble man? Nah, bro. Block that off. Let me see the other ones. This one's all right, but this one here, yeah. Bricks on bricks. Turkish, my man. Big up yourself. Come on, Tez. Come on. Big up you. Man said just get Rashford. What the fuck? Just got home. Okay. Okay. Well, listen, let me know. Let me know. Listen, Ben managed to wait around and catch me yesterday. So let me know, man. Next time. Thomas says, Turkish, you are our voice. We are with you. Do not let the club fool us with top 4 finishes. We need major trophies. Loads of love from India. Come on, Thomas. Love for the love. First and foremost. But yeah, I'll be honest with you. I appreciate those words, in terms of you are our voice and we are with you. I do listen. I appreciate the support, definitely. I'll never claim to be the voice for anyone, but it's nice to find and hear like-minded people, because sometimes you're on a sofa with someone and you're thinking, yo, is the world about, what is this, apocalypse or something? Because you just get into a just delusion everywhere. So it's nice to to get that support. But I speak for myself before we get the other side of the coin coming at me saying, "You doesn't speak for an Arsenal fan." I don't. I do not. I speak for myself. It might resonate. It might not resonate. I am me. You are you. That's the rules to live by. Kyle says, "Hey, Turkish, come on, Kyle. Was on the Big Six earlier just to let you know I'm an Arsenal fan and Hibs, and I echo a lot of your thoughts about the club. Level-headed. Come on, Kyle. I remember your name, bro, and you become a member as well. How can I not remember? Just that was like an hour ago, bro. The icy Pullen would have been strong if I was forgetting that. I'd have to, I'd have to get a prescription for the prescription. But yeah, come on, Carl. Love for the love. True Gunners TV said, "Big up Turkish. Come on." I say it's been a while. It's my fault because I barely do any lives, but it has been a while. It's nice to see, familiar faces and names. How is the majority of our fan base still so relaxed? They're not. The positivity. What are they called? Top units, the positivity brigade, whatever they're called. Anyway, they're nervy at this moment in time. Very nervy. Trust me, I haven't been abused in the comment section about Havertz in about 2 months. So I know they're, head in sand under a rock somewhere. So you don't get that side of things anymore. So there's nervousness. There's a lot of frustration. Lee says it on Forever Arsenal quite frequently now in terms of the reaction after games and the thoughts and opinions of fans walking out the stadium, in and around you, and you're watching the game and so on. Like, there's nervousness, there's frustration for sure. There's anger, probably anger being the least percentage, but frustration and nervousness, they're the percentages of those. I can't put a number to it, but I'll tell you it's healthy. I'm not nervous. I wouldn't say I'm nervous. I'm frustrated for sure. For sure. I'm frustrated and nervous. You know what I'm nervous about? Not getting over the line in something. Hear me out. Because we haven't got over the line with things for fucking most of my life now. So being nervous about that would be silly of me at this big age, year after year. But I'm nervous about the impact of potential, because I love Saliba. I'm not going to lie to you. I love the way the defense is now, and he's the general. But we don't win stuff. He's out, and I'm nervy about that because that's a huge reset. And I'm not just talking about him. There's a couple more players in there, young players in particular. So, I'm both frustrated and nervous and angry. Fuck, I'm all of them. Fucking hell. I guess a market share of each segment there on my behalf. Yeah. You don't know that already. And you also gone on to say season was over before it even started with that shambles of a transfer window in the summer. Without Saka, we don't stand a chance of winning a trophy, let alone a major one, moving like a tin pot. Club. That last sentence does hurt, but it is true. To a certain extent, we spend money. That's the thing. We spend money, but for one reason or another, it's been bottom heavy. Pause. I didn't even know that was needed there, but it just sounded a bit crazy. It was very bottom heavy. 3 left backs, 6 goalkeepers, 5 centre backs, a couple right backs. And this is just over the last 4 years. 0 strikers. 0. We brought in 2 4.5s and we gave Eddie the 14 and 100k. But yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you. You're with me, I'm with you, whatever, however you see it. Because the transfer window dictated where this season was going to go. But I've been very surprised in the last couple of years with Arteta's Arsenal. I've been very surprised with the strength we've shown consistently, the improvements in certain departments. So I just thought, you know what, we haven't done what we should have done this season, but let's see. And we're still seeing. But best believe with Brentford and Brighton away coming up, I'll be very surprised with 6 points. Very surprised. Fingers crossed. Millie says, I've lived in America for 3 years now, and these men were giving me so much shit about us not needing a striker or anything. Why is the manager that hasn't won any majors being protected as if he's Pep? It's unreal. Culture, it's the culture now. Football, it's very different now. I don't mean no offense when I say this, but Gen Z and Gen Alpha, like some people do message me saying you got a problem with young people. I don't. I think I'm still relatively young. I'm 36, but I'm not old, but I'm not young. I'm in between, middle age, whatever. Am I middle age? I'm not middle age. I don't know what middle age is anymore. Let me know what middle age is. But I ain't got a problem. As long as there's admittance that through Gen Z and Gen Alpha, fucking hell, shit has changed a lot. A hell of a lot. Alpha and Z might blame the internet, but whoever's to blame, it came across these generations, and this is one of them. Like, people like, I'm not saying don't like love, right? You need love. You need love. You find a partner, you love them. You have kids, you love them. God kids or cousins or close friends, you love them. You show love. But there's an influx of people that treat a manager or a player like their son or their dad or their godson or cousin. And that's where I lose it a little bit, because I'm just like, couldn't give a shit if he's gone Winter Wonderland on the weekend with his missus. I really couldn't give a, I ain't talking about anyone particular there. It's just a Cole Palmer video came into mind now, not even an Arsenal player. But I just mean this generation so infatuated with, I didn't know what Thierry Henry used to do outside of football, honestly. Couple Renault ads, vavavoom, jogger Bonita here and there. Bob's your uncle. Like, I didn't need to know the color of his front door, or what his favorite shin pads are, or what he likes to do on a Thursday afternoon. I didn't need to know that. Gen Z and Gen Alpha, they love it. Oh, a dog. We got a dog. What? It's an RSPCA. Last year they sold us a dog, and some of the fans ran with it. Oh, Win. I think Win's not. That's Havertz with his own dog that's painted. Listen, if Win comes back around in the next few weeks, Win will be painted on the side of the tunnel or whatever it is. See, I'm going off now. Young people are going to think I don't like you. Listen, it's not that. I don't like what the generation's done. And the generation's a lot of people, but not everyone's involved. And I don't just mean that, to be honest. I just mean across the board. Even comedy is very different. All movies are now superhero movies. You can't toe the line with jokes. Like, one of my favorite movies is Rush Hour and Rush Hour 2. That movie works off the back of towing the line between, the different cultures, different accents, or different upbringings and so on. You can't do that now. You do that now, class. Unless you're Dave Chappelle. Big up Dave Chappelle. Go. This is what one-on-one's like, people. I was about to apologize because we go off subject, but the subject is the subject. Is that title true? Bro, I'm going to be real. I just wrote the title. I don't believe it's 2 months. I don't know if it's 4 months. So that means indefinitely. No one knows. We will find out. I don't mean that you might never see him again for life. Like, I can pretty much promise you will see him again. Bo says, the voice of reason. Big up, bro. Catch you next time. Come on, Bo. Come on, G. Love for the love. Rest in peace, Claude, as well. Aya says, fans can't blame Arteta for Saka's injury. You play your best players, period. Salah plays week in, week out. Okay, let me stop you there, because Robbie used that same argument, and I've got to disagree, because Salah's earlier career was very different to Saka's. You don't see a player really have a strong career from 18 through to 35. You don't really see that. You might see a strong career from 18 to 27, 28, maybe. probably examples out there I can't think off the top of my head. And you might see strong careers from 24 to 35, 25 to 35. On average, there's exceptions to the rule here and there, but that's where you cannot compare Salah and Saka's game time. Salah's a fully grown man that had a more protected career coming through in the ages where his body is still developing a hell of a lot. You're not really a grown man till your mid-20s, at the very least, mid-20s. Again, there's exceptions to the rule. You see fucking 20-year-olds that are built like, I don't know, LeBron James, let's say. So the Americans, they're fully grown men from a bit younger, it feels like. Obviously, outside looking in at their sports, it's different. So you can't compare Salah and Saka, and I think Saka has been overplayed. I'm not saying this season he's been over. I'm saying since he's broke onto the scene, he's been overplayed. Like in accumulation. When you look back at the amount of games he's played, the consistency he's shown, the amount of trouble he gets on the pitch, the focus he gets on the pitch, all these things considered, why are you bringing him on 3-1 up against Preston? Yeah, tell me that, please, brother. Just tell me that. Why is he bringing him on 3-1 up against Preston? Palace, Carabao. Like, why? Till today, I can't find the answers. I ain't got the answers. On the transfer, the less risk, the better. Players like Lookman are a huge risk. He flopped with 2 separate Premier League teams. I'm with you. Of course, you want to lower the risk in anything you do. When there's risks, you've got to, try and lower them. I'm with you there. I get that. I like Kudus. I prefer Kudus for sure. I'm with you there. In terms of the whole, he flopped with 2 separate Premier League teams. We bought a flop from Chelsea and put him as our highest paid player. So I can't get my, you're not wrong in terms of the way you look at it, but this is what we decided to do with a chunk of our money. 65 M's and 275K a week. That was a guy that literally, it's not like, I know you're saying 2 spells. This guy, we bought him as a flop for the same money they bought him for. It's just utter stupidity. But we will learn. We won't learn. HW's. Did I read the rest? Yeah, I did. I'm not even looking at the owners. I can't lie. This sitch is on Arteta. 729 million spent, and no one forced him to blow the bag on defenders. We have no world-class 9 and winger. We have no world-class 9 winger because he feels one isn't necessary to date. Again, can't disagree with much. 6 months ago, I would have formed an argument to debate this because I could. I still can, but Arteta's thrown water on that by the whole best owners in the world and, all of this stuff. I spoke to Sterling once and man can't help. I can't help, So I understand completely. At this rate, even Santi, imagine Santi in his prime. Why do we sign bench players? But real age-old question, mate. Age-old question. This is what I'm saying. I'm talking about Gyökeres and Osimhen, and then I've got people talking about Mateta and Kolo Muani. Like, what am I dealing with here? What are we dealing with here? Red Square, big up, my guy. A torn hamstring that needs surgery to be reattached is 3 to 4 months. I know the club are trying to play it down, saying a few weeks to not spend. Bro, you know what the club are, you know what they're doing. Even from the many, many weeks thing, I knew a few days ago, many, many weeks, is peak. Then he tried to start this one with many, many weeks again. Then he quickly said 2 months and more. And more. That's just endless then. 4 months and he's right. It's 2 months and more. So, you know what it is. I know what it is. We know what it is. And HW adds, I think Wenger could have a case to blame the owners during the reign for sure. If I was an owner and Teta complained about lack of spending, I'd start creasing. He made this sandwich. Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to dwell on Wenger too long, but Wenger came out afterwards with a book and he didn't say anything about the Kroenkes. And the same day he released that book, the Kroenkes came out and said, we never said no to any money from Wenger. So Wenger, again, I don't know why he did it, but in the end, he favored those contracts and taking the slack for the owners, more so than maintaining or rebuilding the relationship that he once had with some of the fans that in the end had enough, including myself. I still love him. He's still a legend. He still gave me the greatest moments. He's a GOAT. But when the time comes, people. It gets like that for everyone. Win the Dog has been replaced with Scrape by the thoughts on Diblin. It looks good. It looks good. But again, I'm not in phase 5 thinking of Diblin, brother. I'll be real with you. Looks good. But you could have we could sign a Diblin when we was trying to break back into top 4, if you get my drift. Not saying the step up might not increase the potential and ceiling. Of course it could, but I'm not here to start waiting anymore. Another youngster comes in, or another guy comes from from Italy or Spain or League 2 or Championship, and we've got to wait for him to acclimatize to the league and the physicality and the instruction. I ain't got waiting left in me. Of course, I'm going to wait. Of course. Don't take my word as gospel there. But you get my drift. It's more an expression of my frustration. There's always an excuse for Marino's the latest one. Oh, he's coming from Spain. Brother, we're signing a 28-year-old and giving the time excuse. Robben 2010 World Cup, same grade 3 injury. Still great. Yeah, Robben did bounce back. He bounced back well. At the same time, finished off his career or the latter years in Germany, so different leagues. But listen, what a player Robben was. What a player. That Chelsea front three when Robben and Duff was either side, that was a mad Chelsea front three. Anajit said, get Kudos and Semenyo Cunha at a minimum this January. Semenyo, I like him, but again, phase 5. Come on. We should sign Salah as striker if Liverpool don't want to. Aya says, the older you are, the more prone you are to injuries. It's what you said sounds correct, but I do think things are changing in that sense. The way sports science and the nutritional side of football has changed over the last 10, 15, 20 years. Like Salah's a machine. Salah looks after himself so well, like from the Cristiano Ronaldo school of health and working as hard off the pitch. So that also helped prevent injury. And when you protect your body at a younger age and then really start going in when you're fully grown, it's better for you. So there's arguments for and against. I guess I'm talking about exceptions to the rule, which kind of throws my argument out the window a little bit. But I still can't name many players that had a great career from 18 all the way through to 35 at the highest level. Because even the Zidanes and Dinos and R9s and gradual, step up. Ronaldinho was at PSG, R9 was at PSV. Let's not forget Gremio and was it Corinthians? Well, I think so. Or Bordeaux with Zidane. So I can't think of many players that started so young at the highest level and then just maintained the career throughout. I can think of players from 18 to 25, 26, and I can think of players from 24, 25 to 35. Cristiano Ronaldo would be the exception to the rule there. Absolute machine from early, even though he didn't really become the Cristiano Ronaldo we know until a year into Ferguson having his way with him. Mohammed says, get this man to 100k subs. Hit the subscribe button. Yep, Mohammed, it's been about 47 minutes since I've last reminded people, but I am on the road to 100k. There's 1.5k here. I'm less than 500 away. I'm actually hoping out of the 1.5k, only 1,000 of you are subscribed, because that would mean I could hit 100,000 right now. Or even if it's 50, even if it's 20, even if it's 70, make sure you subscribe, people, and also hit the like button, like Mohammed said. Mo Stacks said, big up Turkish. I find it distasteful how stat merchants want to compare Salah to Thierry, even Hazard, etc. I've never had a striker or a 10 like Thierry and Hazard at my club. Free my baller Felix, though. Something's happened with Felix. But yeah, on that note, I mean, but again, Gen Z, Gen Alpha, stats, numbers, that all matters now. What was that unfair? I feel like we have taken a lot of the American model in terms of, because when I think back, I used to watch NBA heavy as a teenager in school, and I used to stay up and watch it. Indiana Pacers. It was stat heavy, and we never used to use the term like turnovers in football. Now there's turnovers in football, and there's other words. There was one I heard yesterday, and I thought, this is straight out of the book of the NBA. Turnovers is definitely one. Is it crossfield something? I don't know. But basically, the world's fucked, mate. I'm joking. Well, the world is fucked though. But yeah. I can't. I know what you're saying. Different cloth. Only positive for me yesterday, Cazorla was there, said Bo. He got the loudest cheer. Martinelli makes great chances look average from Barracks. And Bron says Benzema. What was this in answer to? I feel like I asked a question. Field tilt. Oh my god. Field tilt. That is straight out of Madden. Or Maiden. I don't even know what Madden, innit? What's it called? I don't know. I don't care. Is it Madden? I tried to play Madden once. It was at my friend's house. This was ages ago, maybe 10 years ago. What kind of a game? Like, the game has as much stoppages as the like, what? Meant to be a game. Most of we want Isak Turkish. This is what they're gonna try and do. They're gonna dangle the Isak at the end of the season carrot. Then I'm gonna have the fans. Then that sets up the arguments against what I'm saying with the certain type of fans about, we want Isak in the summer. We're not going to compromise that. Oh, okay, I see where this is going. Marden. Is it Marden? No way. Marden. Someone confirmed that. I trust best in the world, but Marden, I've never said it like that in my life. Not that I'm the one to listen to about this, but Marden. I prefer Madden, I'll be honest. Man said, no, it's Madden. Brother, you got me out here just Marden. Are you taking a piss out of Matisse? I don't know what you're doing there. You drag me into whatever you're doing there. We don't like that. But what we do like is if you scan the QR code, people. There's a QR code right there. HelloFresh, 60% off your first box, 20% off the next 2 months. Free desserts for life. Use the code Turkish60 if you click the link. Make sure it's applied at checkout. Show them some love. Taste of turkey. Order that. I'm going to check up on the Caribbean. I'm going to let you know. Big Six should play Madden on the PS5. Bro, we can barely play FIFA on the PS5, let alone play Madden. I'll smash everything. I'm not really a games guy. Like, FIFA is just, it makes sense. Man said it's Mandem. Maddening. I'm 95% eye test merchant, 5% stats. Allow it. No, I'm not talking about you. I'm not talking about you. I was agreeing with you. I was saying you're right. Like, Thierry can't be talked to. Hazard and Salah, if you're a football purist, then obviously Hazard eye test clear. But Salah, in my opinion, is ahead of him in terms of Premier League grades. And for me, it's become easy. It has become easy. That's not to say aesthetically Hazard isn't better to watch, excites you more. And there is a certain extent of like the statistics that I don't really like when used too much. But Salah deserves his credit. He does. He's been unbelievable. even if modern day football isn't what football once was. I can only judge it by what it is. Joseph says, this live is an attack on James. Big up. James, you go back to back, bro. If you feel like it's an attack, you go live after this on the Gooniverse and you tell them all about field tilt and turnovers and all of that stuff, because I don't think now's the time. Even James has had enough of field tilt and turnovers at this moment in time. And Graham too. They've had enough. They want a striker. They said they're on field tilt strike, if you didn't know. They ain't talking about field tilt till we get a striker. That's what I heard. That's the rumors I heard. Someone asked him if you see him, put a comment in. But I hope it's true. Big up, James. Go subscribe to Gooniverse, people. Anurag says, Turkish, not sure if you've mentioned him before, but a winger I really like is Yildiz. Maybe you know more. I like Yildiz, but again, Yildiz is, for me, is phase. I'm not phase 5. Give me Rodrigo. Kvaratskhelia, but Rodrigo's the one. We need to go. We need to just go all out. Yildiz is good though, but Yildiz got the 10 shirt from Juve in the summer, and there's a lot of hope on his shoulders. And I'm not gonna lie, very good player. Not close to Arda Güler in terms of potential and ceiling, but he works hard as well. You know, he's a lot more physical, robust, very direct. Different players, to be honest. Only reason I mention both is because they're both young and Turkish. But listen, Yildiz, I welcome any Turkish player at this moment in time. I need a proper Turkish player at the club, not one that picked Germany, preferably. Big up Ryan. Oh shit! Did you send me that message? Let me double check this. Yep, 17 hours ago. I got you, bro. All right, cool. Good stream on the Big Six earlier and just tuning in now as I had a nap. Come on, this is the holiday period, bro. You got to rest up, man. I know you work hard as well. Good catching up with you yesterday. Trust me, yeah. Because I don't go to many games as often as I used to. It's good to see the familiar faces when I do. We need to get Kudus and Gyökeres next month, or at least one. Well, we definitely need both. We ain't going to spend the 160 required to get both. But in January, but we must get one of these big names in January. We must split it up. You know, a big name in January puts that side on that fee in this not calendar year, but in this year of finance, fiscal year, however they look at it, I don't know. So then if you spend what you spend in January, it doesn't have an effect, or it has a knock-on effect later down the line because of the whole 3-year roll around, turnaround thing, whatever. But there's no point in us not moving in January, because then it's impossible to do what we need to do in the summer. Because in the summer, give me Gyökeres in January and Rodrigo in the summer. Something like that. But this ain't FIFA, people say. I know it ain't FIFA. On FIFA, you don't buy 6 keepers, 3 left backs, 5 centre backs, and then invert all of them all over the gaff. You don't do that on FIFA. So I know more than anyone this ain't FIFA. I'm just asking for 1, 2, 3 attacking players, preferably 1, 2 strikers and a winger. That's all I'm asking for. I thought it was Christmas. Santa, maybe he's late. Come deliver us a striker. We'll take you on New Year's Day. It's a celebration. But we need that in the first couple of weeks. Does our playing style look like scripted and overcoached? Yep, no freedom. Yep, it does. Look, when we play well, we play, so good. And regardless of scripted, boring and whatnot, the last couple of years, in many different shapes or forms, we have produced an outstanding output level. As much as I tell the people to shut the hell up with this 2024 calendar stuff, it shows how consistent we've been, but nothing else, because the only calendar that matters is August to May. Yeah, show me that every June rather than show me the calendar year at the end of December or January. But yeah, it does feel like we're running out of ideas a little bit, to say the least. And he also adds, big up Ryan Turks. What do you think of Mourinho? As I think Arteta wasted money. I don't know what to think, bro. I mean, I haven't been unimpressed, but I haven't been impressed. It's just been, okay, we've got another midfielder. He'll have a moment where he might shield the ball and turn out, but those moments have been few and far between. So disappointed overall, but on the player himself, I'm still up in the air about. I'm disappointed with how he's been integrated and really, what is Arteta doing? What is he actually doing? That's the guy you made our star signing in the summer. So why don't you make sure this works and give him the best possible platform to get his position and show everyone why you're right, why he's good, and so on. All of our summer signings have played a combined total of 13 or 17 games, or it was one or the other, 13 or 17 combined. That's Calafiori, Marino, Sterling, and Neto. Well, fuck Neto. Send that fucking guy back. Who signs it? That's on the Kim Kallstrom list. We signed a fucking keeper that's cup tied for the cup that he's cup tied in. Put that in your pipe and smoke it. Who does that? Who does that? Whoever did that should have been sacked immediately. Ridiculed. Like Cersei. Sacked, and shame and bells ringing as they walk out of that office or what stadium or whatever. Capil says, as a Liverpool fan, I have to say this, bro. You're one of the most genuine. You know, sometimes I don't read the super chats before, yeah. So it could get sticky with some of the super chats. I was reading this one, I was thinking, I hope the second half is nice. And he's not saying, as a Liverpool fan, I have to say this, but you talk the most shit I've ever heard any Arsenal fan. But it's actually quite nice. So big up Capil. He said, as a Liverpool fan, I have to say this, bro. You're one of the most genuine Arsenal fans. Never disrespectful to other clubs. Love Big Six. Love for the love. Yeah, I mean, I disrespect Tottenham quite a bit. Chelsea as well. I'm Man United. But, you know, I think, you know, if I was with you now, you'd spud me for that. Liverpool, similar. You don't like Chelsea. You don't like Man United. And what the fuck did Tottenham have to do with you? The only thing they have to do with us is they're around the corner. Aside from that, Daniel Levy is the reason they're in the Big Six. Here I am. Sorry, Capio. You know me for not disrespecting other clubs when I'm disrespecting other clubs. 2024. 3 days left. Marino is good. Calafiori good, but integration weak. 100%. It's not FIFA, but you got to start somewhere. But 100% do. Liao or Gyökeres in Gyökeres, easy. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Liao, I mean, you know, even in the winger list, I'm looking at Rodrigo. I'm looking at Kvaratskhelia, Liao, Lookman. But Lookman come to the back end of it. Rodrigo is the one. Surely he ain't happy with his situation, surely. 18 to 35. Oh, 18 to 35 careers, Benzema. But early on, actually, yeah, actually, you're right. But French League, it's a piece of cake. Really, isn't it? It's a piece of cake. We're talking Saka was in Premier League football. At what a lot of people might say is peak. With Man City and Liverpool challenging and whatnot. At a pretty shit team, like a pretty shit Arsenal team. So Benzema's different. Giggs, I'll give you that, but Giggs, people don't like when I say this, but Giggs' career is boosted by the longevity. Giggs' quality, and he had a few seasons world class, amazing, like 98, 99, 97, 98, fruits. Yeah, I mean, he had a few. But he had a hell of a lot of average seasons, a hell of a lot of quiet seasons. So again, it's a bit different. Zlatan, I'd put him in the Cristiano Ronaldo category of absolute beast. But again, he started his career in it's what, Sweden and then Holland, right? Again, an easier integration. Like I said, the closer you get to top level, your entry point to top level football, the closer it is to your mid-20s, the better for you in terms of your development structurally, body-wise, I think. Yeah. But obviously football changed. Maldini, but yeah, I mean, absolute beast. Absolute beast. Would I take Trent? Bro, come on, man. Do bare shit in Woods, but there's no chance. You don't want me on a clip or something, innit? Good try though. We'll take the 199. Buy myself some chicken and chips. Actually, I can't even do that. YouTube take 40% of it. If I say £1.20. Don't know what I can buy with that, I'll be honest, but love for the love. Either way. All right, people, I'm going to wrap it up here. Just past an hour, 1.5k here. Hit the like button. Let's get the video to 1,000 likes. And today, more importantly, tonight, whenever you're watching this, hit that subscribe button, people. Just hit it. Punch it if you have to punch it. Just make sure that button lights up, subscribe, and we're good, because the road is short. I'm nearly there. Waze is telling me, we're 7 minutes away. I'm hoping for no traffic. I'm hoping the lights don't stop me. And I'm hoping for no accidents along the way. So let's get to that 100k mark. We've got 3 days to do it, people. Show HelloFresh some love. What? What do you mean, Adam? I need to set up a Cash App. That's a bad beating. Like, what am I going to do with a Cash App, bro? That's what some of these... I don't even know the right word to use, but that's what some of... That's what some of these people put in their bio. Cash App me. What the fuck am I going to do with a Cash App? The hell? I'm not a random person sending me cash. What do you want from me? I'll be disturbed. Man said Cash App. I'm confused, man. I just want to hit 100k. He's talking about Cash App. It's free. I don't need Cash App. 100k. Subscribe. QR code on screen. HelloFresh. Is that Cash App them? Scan that QR code and buy something. That's Cash App. Cash App. HelloFresh. Turkish 60. Love for the love. I'm out. Peace.